Hello boys and girls, today we're gonna do day 2. So day 2 we're gonna read The Clown is in Town, we're gonna do capitalization, and we're gonna do compound words. For math, we're gonna do time to the hour and half hour, and for science, label the body parts. Finally, for social studies, we're gonna do my 5 senses. Okay, so here we go. Let's look for that. The Clown is in Town. So yesterday our last page was for social studies when we did the weather words. Today we are going to do The Clown is in Town. So here we go. We're gonna focus on this blend, CL, K, L, K, and you can see it here. The clown is in town, and you can call it the clown after. It's a little clown. Here we go. Clary, the clown, is back in town. When she gets here, she will visit our class. We know she's close. There are so many clues. We can hear her big clown shoes clicking along. We see her red clothes. The class starts to clap. Hooray, Clary is here. We are so glad that Clary, the clown, is in town. So now we can go ahead and color the first happy face. Once we're done coloring that first happy face, because we read it once already, we go back to the title. The Clown is in Town. Clary, the clown, is back in town. When she gets here, she will visit our class. We know she's close. There are so many clues. We can hear her big clown shoes clicking along. We see her red clothes. The class starts to clap. Hooray, Clary is here. We are so glad that Clary, the clown, is in town. And now we can go ahead and color our second happy face. Okay, here we go. We're gonna read it one more time, or last time. But don't forget, you can always pause the video and you can read it as many times as you want. The clown is in town. Clary, the clown, is back in town. When she gets here, she will visit our class. We know she's close. There are so many clues. We can hear her big clown shoes clicking along. We see her red clothes. The class starts to clap. Hooray, Clary is here. We are so glad that Clary, the clown, is in town. And we go ahead and color the last happy face. We read it 3 times already. I know we didn't do this yesterday. We usually do it in class. But since we're focusing on this blend, CL, I want you to go ahead and let's circle all the CL's blends that you can find in these words. So we have, let me see, because I can barely see it here. We have Clary, you see? Clary, that's the clown's name. Clary has CL, that blend at the beginning, cool. And then clown, also clown. Clown has it too. Clown is back in town. So no CL over here. When she gets here, she will visit our class. So we have it here too, class. We know she's close. So close also has that that blend there at the beginning. There are so many clues. So clues also has CL, cl. We can hear her. Big clown. Clown also has cl, CL. Shoes, clicking, cl. It's in clicking too. Along. We see her red cloth. So cloth also has it. The class once again also has the CL, cl. Starts to clap also has that blend there at the beginning, clap. Hooray, Clary is here. We are so glad that Clary, you see glad sounds like gl, but no, it's actually a G, so it says gl, no CL but GL. The Clary, you see, Clary again. The clown again, we circle it for clown, is in town. So if you're ready to go ahead, I'm gonna try to put all the CLs that we found. Don't forget, you can pause the video and then you can circle all of the CLs and then unpause the video and continue watching. So our first question number 1 is, what is the clown's name? And that one is pretty easy. I bet all of you can remember. It's everywhere. The clown is in town. It's Clary. Clary's here. Clary's here, and Clary's here too. So we can go ahead and write her name. Her name is Clary. Do not forget to begin with uppercase. It's a proper noun. It's the name of the clown, Clary. And we're not gonna put a period at the end because it's just one word. So what is one of the clues that Clary is close? One of the clues. We go back to the store and we're gonna find clues now. Oh, okay. Not so close, right? Not so close. Close also has that cl at the beginning, CL at the beginning. Okay, so we know she's close. There's so many clues, but which are the clues? We can hear her. Big clown shoes, clicking along. So here we have one. We can hear her. Big clown shoes, clicking along. So that is one, definitely. That's one we can use. And the other one, the other clue says we see her red clothes. You see? So that means that you can hear her, you can see her. You're using your senses here. We see her red clothes. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So we're gonna choose, how about if we choose the first clue? The hearing one. We can hear her big clown shoes, clicking along. But we're not gonna copy everything because we only have one line. So what is one of the clues that Clary is close? So we can copy this one. We can hear her big clown shoes clicking along. We're gonna copy this one. Do not forget to begin with uppercase. We can hear. Do not forget to leave a space between the words. If you you can also try putting your finger to remember to leave that space. We can hear her clown shoes. Since we don't have a lot of space, we're going to skip the word which is over here, big. We're going to go straight to clown shoes. We're done with this sentence, so we put a period at the end. So we began with uppercase, we left the space between the words, and we put a period at the end. Our last question. Here we go to our last question. Our last question says, what does the class do at the end? So let's go back to the story. It says the class starts to clap. Hooray! Clary is here. We're so glad that Claddy, the clown, is in town. So even though at the very end, the very last sentence says that they are glad, we want to know what is it that the class did at the end of the story. So I think this is what they did last. The class starts to clap. We can underline our answer. The class starts to clap. And that will be your answer. That's what the last thing that they did. They heard her, they saw her, and finally they clap because they're happy that she's there. And we're going to copy that sentence. Don't forget, we begin with uppercase. We leave a space between the words. The class. Okay, so let's rephrase this a little bit. What does the class do at the end? The class starts to clap. So we can just go ahead and copy. Starts to clap. Do not forget, we begin with uppercase. We leave a space between the words and we put a period at the end. So if you want to go ahead and pause the video, you can go ahead and copy the sentences now. And then once you're done, you can unpause the video. Okay. Well, right now we're moving to our next activity for day 2. So this is actually day 2. We're gonna work on capitalization now. Capitalization. So it says print out each sentence putting in capital letters where needed. And you have a little doggy here. You have a bunch of cute little pictures that you can color. A bunch of doggies that you can color at the end. I know that you girls love to color. Okay, so the first sentence says my dog Spot. My dog Spot. This is my dog Spot. Or well, maybe your dog Spot, because I don't have a dog Spot. So what's wrong with this sentence? Here we have my is the first word in the sentence, so it shouldn't begin with lowercase. It has to begin with uppercase. So I'm going to rewrite the word my using uppercase M. My dog, don't forget to leave a space between the words, my dog Spot. So Spot is the name of the dog. It's a proper noun. We have to write the first letter of its name in uppercase too. So Spot. Spot must begin with uppercase because this is the name of our puppy. And then do not forget to add a period at the end of your sentence. My dog Spot. Okay, so we're moving on to number 2. Spot likes to sleep. And then you can see Spot sleeping. But once again, Spot is not in uppercase. Spot is a proper noun, so it must begin with uppercase because it's the name of the dog, the name of the puppy, and it's also the first word in the sentence. So we're going to rewrite the sentence, making sure we put the word Spot in uppercase first. So Spot likes to sleep. And then do not forget to add a period at the end, even though I put my period on top of Spot's head. Alright, so here we have sentence number 2. Spot likes to sleep, beginning with uppercase. That's how we fix it. Okay, our sentence number 3. Spot likes to play. So we have Spot again. Spot is in lowercase. We have to fix it because Spot is the name of this cute little puppy over here. It cannot be with lowercase. It has to be with uppercase. So we're going to rewrite the sentence, making sure we copy the word Spot in uppercase now. So here we go. Spot goes with uppercase. It's not only a proper noun, but it's also the first word in that sentence. Spot likes to, and then our verb is the last word, play. And now we have to remember to add that period at the end. That's how we close our sentence. Spot likes to play. Our last sentence, sentence number 4. By the way, here we can see Spot jumping around. He likes to play. I love my dog Spot. And here we can see our little doggy Spot. He's happy that we love him, right? Okay, so there's a problem. I is the first word in the sentence, but it's also I. I is always reading in uppercase. So I names yourself, and it must begin with uppercase. It must be in uppercase, not only because it's the first one in the sentence, but also because we always write I with uppercase. I love my dog. Oh, we found our last word, Spot. Look at it. Lowercase. Spot is the name of the dog, so it must be with uppercase. Here we go. We're going to put Spot in uppercase. Even though it's the last word in the sentence, it must begin with uppercase because it's a doggy's name. So as you can see, we began with uppercase. We left a space between the words, and we put a period at the end. I love my dog Spot. And I'm going to get all the sentences together on the screen so you can actually pause the video and copy the sentences now if you want to. Okay. Now you can unpause whenever you're done and we can continue. We are going to move on to, let's see what we have next. No time yet. I don't want time yet. We're gonna do compound words. And I really like compound words. Compound words are so much fun because you put 2 words together and you get something new. Okay, so we have all these pictures. We have a butterfly, we have a bumblebee, we have footprints, we have a starfish, we have a rainbow, and finally you have a firefighter. And we have all these cool compound words at the bottom of the page. We have bumblebee, footprints, rainbow, butterfly, starfish, firefighter. We're gonna use these words. We're gonna write them next to the correct picture. So let's choose the first one. The first one is bumblebee. Which one is the bumblebee? Could this be the bumblebee? No. Ooh, I found the bumblebee. So here I go. I go to the bottom of the page. I find my word, and I'm going to copy my word right here next to my bumblebee. Okay. So bumblebee. Bumble is the first word, and then the second part of the word is gonna be bee. Bumblebee. Now we go to the second word, and my second word is footprints. Footprints. Which are the footprints? Las huellas. Footprints. Footprints. Oh, I just found the footprints. So I go back to my word, footprints, and I can go ahead now and copy my word, footprints. Footprints. Okay, so those are the footprints. And now we can go ahead and look for our next word, which is rainbow. Rainbow. The rainbow. I know all of you know the word. I just found it. Rainbow. So once again, you can go back to the word rainbow and copy the word rainbow next to the picture of the rainbow. Rainbow. You can see the rainbow and you can see the compound word next to it, rainbow. And then we have butterfly. I know that you all girls love butterflies and love to color butterflies. I love to color butterflies too. Butterfly. So we look for the butterfly. Is this a butterfly? No, right? No. 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 Oh, I found the butterfly. So the butterfly is the first one. I can go back to the bottom and look for the butterfly. Butterfly is right here. So I'm going to write the word butterfly right here at the top. Butter is the first part of the word, and then fly. So if you put butter and fly together, this is what you get, a butterfly. Okay, so I believe we only have 2 more left. So we have a starfish, starfish, starfish. We look for starfish. Ooh, this is a starfish. It's a very skinny starfish. That is a starfish. We copy the word. We look for the word again. Starfish. Star is the first part of the word, and then fish is the second part of the word. Starfish. And then our very last word is gonna be firefighter. Firefighter. And here it is. That's the easiest one because it's the last one. So we can copy the word fire. That's the first part of the word, fire, and then the second part is gonna be fighter. Fighter. And I'm gonna see if I can get all of them on the screen again. So if you wanna copy the words now because you didn't do it before, that's okay. You can pause the video right now. You copy the words, and then you unpause the video, and you can continue. Because now we're leaving reading and language arts and spelling and phonics behind, because we are going to move on to math. Okay, so here, boys and girls, we are going to be telling time to the nearest half hour on a digital and analog clock. So this is the analog clock, and at the bottom, the boxes that you can see at the bottom, those will be the digital clocks. So sometimes you have to tell the time and write it on the digital clock. Sometimes you have to read the digital clock and draw the hands on the clock. Okay, so here we go. We have 5 o'clock. The first one is 5 o'clock. So we know, boys and girls, that we have 2 hands. On every clock, we have 2 hands. We have the hour hand. That's the first hand that we draw or that we look at to tell the time. The hour hand is the shorter hand. And then we have the minute hand. The minute hand is the longest hand or the longer hand. And it tells you the minutes. So in class, we learn that we can put 00 at the top and 30 at the bottom. And that usually helps you. So we have 5 o'clock. 5 is the first number. So that will be your hour hand. We're gonna draw the hour hand, and I'm actually gonna look at the paper now. The hour hand is the shorter hand, so it points straight to the 5. And then when the hour hand is pointing straight at a number, that means that the minute hand is gonna point straight at 12. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best to make it longer than the hour hand. So right now, boys and girls, it is 5 o'clock. You can see 5, 2 dots, and 00. We don't say 5, 2 dots, 00. We say 5 o'clock. All right. So we're moving on to number 2, which is also our second clock. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit more light over here, because I'm lacking light right now. Let me see if I can move this light over here to, okay, now it looks kind of yellow, but at least it's not dark. Okay, let's see what we can do. I'm just playing around with the lights now. Okay, boys and girls, so here we don't have the time, so we need to look for the time. We need to look at the clock, at the analog clock for the time. We can see the hour hand is the shorter hand, and it's pointing between 2 numbers. So when it's pointing between 2 numbers, we know that the minute hand is pointing to the 6, right? So don't forget that you can always put the 00 and the 30 at the bottom. And we can see that it's pointing between the numbers, the hour hand. So which number do we take? Do we take the 9 or do we take the 10? Yes, we take the 9. You're right. we put the 9 because it's the number that comes first. We put the 2 dots, we draw the 2 dots, and now we look at the minute hand. That's our last number. Is it pointing to the 12? If it's pointing to the 12, it means that it's 9 o'clock, but it's not 9 o'clock because it's pointing to the 12. So we say that it's 9:30. And if you remember, we have another way to say this time is actually 9:30. And we are ready to move on to number 3. And it's funny because number 3 is actually 3 o'clock. Number 3 is 3 o'clock. So once again, we want our hour hand. Our hour hand is the first number. We want our hour hand to be pointing straight as a 3. And then we want the minute hand now. The minute hand is a 0, 0. So that means that it's pointing to the top. The minute hand is pointing to the top. We can see that is 3 o'clock. All right, we're moving on to number 4. If you see that the page turns a little bit yellow, no worries. That's my light. That's just my light. Okay, so we can see once again that the hour hand is between the 2 and the 3. When that happens, is the minute hand is pointing to the 6. And now we're ready to choose one number. We have to choose between the 2 and the 3. And you're right, we have to choose the 2 because that's the number that comes first. We draw the 2 dots, and now we are going to take a look at the minute hand. The minute hand is pointing to the 6. Is it 0, 0 or is it 30? Yeah, you're right. It is 2:30. 2:30 because the minute hand is pointing to the 6. So it is 2:30. It is 2:30. Yeah, okay. Now we're ready to move on to number 5. Number 5, we don't have the time now. We have to write the time on the digital clock. So we look at the hour hand first, the shorter hand. Which number do we take? 7 or 8? You're right, we take 7 because 7 is the number that comes first. Don't forget the hour hand is moving this way, so the number that came first is actually 7. So here we go, we put 7, 2 dots, and then it's pointing to the 6. So instead of 0, 0, it's not pointing to 0, 0, it's pointing to 30. We say 7:30. We can also say 7:30. All right, so now we're ready for number 6. Number 6, here we go. Once again, we don't have the hands. All we have is the number 6:30. So this one is gonna be tricky because it's 6:30. So that means, boys and girls, that the hour hand is going to be pointing between the 6 and the number that goes after 6. The number that goes after 6 is actually 7. Let's see if I can make it bigger. The number that comes after 6 is 7. So the hour hand is gonna go, the shorter hand is gonna point between the 6 and the 7. And then when the hour hand is pointing between 2 numbers, that means that the minute hand, which is this number, is pointing down to the 6. Because don't forget, we have 0, 0 at the top, and we have 30 at the bottom. So we say is 6:30. 6:30. All right, boys and girls, this is what we have already. I don't know if I'll be able to get everything on camera together, on the screen together. So for now, I'm just getting this for you. This is half of the page. Don't forget, you can pause the video, copy the answers, and then unpause the video. So you don't have to be writing while you're paying attention to me. All right, so here we go. We're going to the second half of the page. Here, I'm going to see if I can make, okay. So here we have 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. This one is easy because we can see the hour hand is 8. 8. And the minute hand is 0, 0. So it means that it's pointing up. 0, 0. I'm sorry about that. It's really hard to look through the camera and not through my actual eyes, like to the actual page. Okay, so here we have our hour hand is gonna point to 8, because the minute hand, boys and girls, is gonna point up. Then that means that the hour hand is pointing straight at the number 8. So we draw our hour hand first. I know you're gonna do a much better hour hand than mine. And then it's 0, 0. So your minute hand is pointing straight at 12. The minute hand is the longer hand. The hour hand is the shorter hand. And we're moving on to number 8. This is number 8. It's easier when you have the hands on the clock already. So we can see we do the hour hand first. The hour hand is the shorter hand. It's pointing straight at 7. So we don't have to choose between numbers. We go out and we write 7. Do not forget to draw the 2 dots. And now we see that the minute hand, the longer hand, is pointing to 12. 12, we're gonna say, we don't say 7:12. We say 7 o'clock. And then what we write is 0, 0. I know it's a contradiction because you write something and then you say something else. But it's 7 o'clock. Number 9. Number 9, we're gonna look, we always look at the hour hand first. The hour hand is the shorter hand. And it's pointing straight at 4. So we say 4. We put 2 dots. And then we look at the minute hand. The minute hand is the second number. The minute hand is pointing to 12. So don't forget that what we have at the top is 0, 0. We write 0, 0, but we don't say 4, 0, 0 or 4, 12. No, we say 4 o'clock. So this is what we have so far. We're moving on now to our last 3 clocks. Our last 3 clocks. So we can see on number 10 that we already have the hands. All right. So it's pointing to, the hour hand is pointing to 10. It's pointing straight at 10. So we take the 10. 10, we draw the 2 dots. And now we can look at the minute hand. The minute hand is pointing to 12. But we cannot say 10, 12. We remember that at the top, we write 0, 0. Or we see 0, 0 on the digital clock. But we're actually going to say 10 o'clock. All right, we're moving on to number 11. Number 11, boys and girls, are hour hand, the shorter hand, is between the 10 and the 11. So what number do we take? Do we take 10 or do we take 11? You're right, we take 10. Is the number that comes first. We put our 2 dots, and now we're going to take a look at our minute hand. That's our last number over here. Our minute hand is pointing to the 6. So it's not going to be 0, 0. It's not pointing to the o'clock now. It's pointing to 6, which is 30. So we say 10, 30. 10:30. We don't say 10:06. We say 10:30. Oh, and we can also say 10:30. Boys and girls, we're moving to number 12. Number 12, we have 11:30. This is the very tricky one, because sometimes you have to look at the second number in order to be able to draw the first hand. You know that it says 11, but we cannot draw the hour hand pointing straight at 11 because it's 11:30. So we have to draw the hour hand between 11 and the number that goes after 11. The number that goes after 11 is going to be 12. So our hour hand, the shorter hand, is going to be pointing between 11 and 12. But of course, we take 11 because it's the number that comes first. And then 30. That means that the minute hand, the longer hand, is not going to be pointing up to 0, 0. It's going to be pointing down to 6, which is 30. We can say 11:30 or we can say 11:30. All right. Now I'm going to try to get the last 6 clocks on the screen for you, so you can see the times and the hands on the clock. And if you choose now, you can pause the video, copy the answers, and then unpause the video. Boys and girls, now over here we have another page of clocks. Now, I want you to try to work on this page on your own. We do the first one together. We have the same amount of clocks that you have before. It's actually kind of the same thing. Sometimes you have the time, you have to draw the hands. Sometimes you have the hands and you have to write the time. So I want you to work on this one on your own. And when you finish with that one, you can go ahead and you can pause the video, and then unpause the video when you're ready to do science. It says I can label body parts, and you already have a clue. You have the first letter for every part of the body that you have to label. You can see it over here. You have the first letter, and you have all the words over here. You have hair, you have mouth, you have eyes, hand, arm, leg, knee, and foot. And the cool thing about it is that you even have a little box, so you can put a check mark for every word that you write. Next, after you write the word, you put a check mark. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one. Hair, el pelo, hair. Where is the hair? The hair should be at the top of your head, right? It should also be at the top of his head. So hair. We can see that hair begins with letter H. Hair. Very good. You already got a clue there. Hair begins with letter H. So we can go ahead and we can trace our letter H. We trace the letter H and then we copy the rest of the word. Hair. And then you can go ahead, you can go to the bottom and put a check mark on that box because you did it. You already wrote the first word. And then we go to the second one. Our next word is going to be mouth. Boca. Mouth. Boca. The mouth is in your face. So it's not in your shoes, right? We don't have a mouth in our shoes. We don't have a mouth in our pockets or in our hands. So we have a mouth right here. Look at the arrow. We can see that mouth begins with letter M. So you want to go ahead and trace the letter M, and then you can copy the word mouth. O-U-T-H. Mouth. All right. So we can go back and put a picture right next to the word mouth because you did it. You found the word mouth. And then we go to our next word. Our next word is going to be eyes. Eyes. Where are your eyes? Are your eyes in your shoes? Are your eyes over here on your legs? Are your eyes over here on the t-shirt? No. Silly me. Your eyes are right here in your face. Eyes begins with letter E. Letter E. You can go back to the bottom of the page and look for the word eyes again. Trace the letter E, and then you can copy the rest of the word. Eyes. We have two eyes, one on every, well, not on every side, but we have two. All right, so we go, don't forget to put the check mark. This is the cool part. Oh. Okay, so we put the check mark, and then we go to our next word. Hand. Hand. Where are your hands? Are your hands on your shoes? On your feet? No. Are your hands on your head? No, your hands are right here. But I don't want you to get confused with your arm and your hand. So hand begins with letter H. We trace the letter H. You can go back to the bottom and see how to spell the word hand. H-A-N-D. You already have the H. So all you have to do is copy the rest of the word A and D. And this is your hand. That's your hand. And we can go back and put a big check mark. We're very proud that we were able to find the hand on this picture. And then our next one will be arm. Arm is right here. Arm. We saw the arm when we were looking for the hand. The arm is right here. Is this long part. So arm begins with letter A. You already have the letter A of the word arm. We're missing the R and the M. So we trace trace that A, and then we're gonna add R, and then M, arm, you see? All right, so we go back, we put our check mark there, and we go now to leg. La pierna. Is this your leg? This is your leg, right? This long part of over here is your leg. You already have the letter L, so you're missing EG. Leg. Now we can go ahead and put the nice check mark next to the leg. Our next one is gonna be knee. Do you remember, boys and girls, when we put the K and the N together, we cannot hear the K anymore. We can only hear the N. Knee. La rodilla. Okay, so we're looking for a knee. We can see the knee here. The knee is where your leg bends, and it allows you to hop, to jump, to sit. So we already have the K. We're missing N-E-E. N-E-E. Knee. We go back, we put our check mark, and then we look for our last word, foot. Foot is our last word, and it's right over here. Is the last one. We already have the F, so all you need is O-O-T. Foot. Usually when we have two O's together, the O's don't say O or O, they say U. Foot, el pie, o los pies. Well, if it's more than if it's more than one, we say feet. But here the arrow is only pointing to one. All right, so I'm gonna try to get the entire page right here on the screen. Don't forget, if you need to pause, you pause. You copy the answers, the words, and then you can unpause. And when you unpause, we're gonna go ahead and turn the page, and we are going to work on the last page of day 2. This is our last page, and it says, my 5 senses. Draw a line to match the picture to the right word, to the correct word. So here we have eyes, we have one eye, we have one ear, we have a mouth, we have one hand, we have one nose, and we need to draw a line to connect the words that we have over here: taste, sight, smell, hear, and touch. We're going to connect these words to the correct picture. So here we go. Let's take a look at the first one. Taste. Sabor, probar. What do we taste with? Do we taste with our eyes? Do we taste with our ears? Do we taste with our mouth? Yes, we do. So we're going to draw a line from the word taste to the mouth, because you taste with your mouth. Okay, how about sight? Sight. This might be a tricky word, because sight is tu vista. So what do you see with? Do you see with your nose? Do you see with your hand? Do you see with your ears? Or do you see with your eye? If you say eye, you're very right. You see with your eye. So you go ahead. And then we can see smell. Smell. What do you smell with? What do you smell with? Do you smell with your ears? Do you smell with your hands? Or do you smell with your nose? Very good. Yeah, we smell with our nose. Oler. Olemos con nuestra nariz. And then we have hear. Escuchar, hear. We only have 2 more pictures, so it's easy to guess now. What do you hear with? ¿Con qué escuchas? Do you hear with your ears? Do you hear with your hand? Very good. You hear with your ears. And finally, the last one, touch. Tocar. What do you touch with? Well, you might remember that we can actually touch with our entire body, but most of the things that you touch with your hands. And with this, we finish with the census pages, my 5 census page. I'm gonna try to get all of these on screen for you so you can see it. Don't forget, you can pause the video, draw your lines, and then you can unpause your video. And do not forget to wash your hands, boys and girls, and be safe. Stay at home and have fun. Enjoy my videos too. Well, see you the next time for day 3. Big kiss and big hug. Bye.